Hello. So I'm going to do a reading for the sign of Scorpio. I did some readings for myself earlier, and I'm just kind of cleaning that up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So pre-read, kind of intuitive nudges, if you will. There's something, Scorpio, you're going to close the book. Like, you're kind of just like, yeah, nah. I don't know what that energy pertains to yet. I simply know it's like you're saying back to my regularly scheduled programming, okay? It's there's something about this that's like you've had quite enough of that, okay? Um you don't have, I don't know what it is. It feels like, I want to say the bandwidth. It's like you don't even have the bandwidth to deal with somebody's temper tantrums. You're just like, don't even bring it over here. Okay? Don't, please don't. Take it where you took it before, because they probably like you over there. I don't know what this is, like a fickle mood, okay? This is a fickle mood. This is the death card, by the way, Scorpio. It's something about you not being in the mood to deal with something. It's literally like, I could put up with this, but why? But why though? Like, can you give me one good reason that I should be putting up with this outside of the fact that the person thinks that they deserve that type of servitude? It's something like that, Scorpio. It's like you've been putting a lot of effort into something, or you've been, I want to say, exerting yourself in a way that you don't typically even bother to exert yourself. And it's like a thankless job. Thank you is here. And I am putting these back away, so we're not taking any of this seriously. But I am just telling you the pre-reading. There was something thankless about it. It was very much just, oh, you're here to provide this for me, and because I'm used to taking it from you, you're expected to continue providing it. No questions asked. Still seems easier to ask for permission after the fact with the forgiveness rather than upfront. I don't know why that's a thing. You should ask permission before you do it. Whatever it is. Okay? Let's get into this. Um just a lot of like, you're completely, I don't even think fed up covers it. It's a level of like done. Like, stick a fork in it, it's done. No, you can stick a spoon, a knife, a spatula, some tongs, as well as a skewer. Okay. I don't have the Ten of Swords card here right away, but I feel like that's kind of what's going on. You're like, you know what? If you're going to stab me with this bullshit, just stab me with everything. Go ahead. Because we know that's what you were planning. It's what you wanted. It's what you were after. Here's the Moonchild in reverse. By the way, this is the Moonchild deck. So for the Moonchild to be the first card out in reverse, that's what I mean, Scorpio. This is you. This is your energy. You're just like, you know what? I don't know why the story of Cassiopeia being on her throne and getting flipped over real quick, that's coming to mind right here. Libra energy. It's almost like someone thought that you were just there to look pretty, but you don't control the moon. And it's like you had control over the entire thing the whole time. You're literally putting crumbs out there for people to use against you just to see who's loyal, just to see who could handle it, let alone actually become integrated with it. I feel like, Scorpio, you've got the sun and the moon in your eyes. There's way more than just a glint in your eye. You know, they say like secretly children start as a sparkle in your father's eye. You've seen several sparkles for several different people. It's almost like you have a partner who has a wandering eye. It doesn't mean they're lost. It just means they don't want to be found. They went on a milk run to the store and never came back. This is Queen of Pentacles energy. This Queen of Pentacles is not going to put up with this. If you don't have space for the moon child, the Queen of Pentacles is going to step in. And she's going to be like, what the hell is this? Why am I defending something that quite literally cannot defend me? Why can I snap a Polaroid picture of my life, but other people tend to be, I'm hearing petulant. Let me see what's at the bottom of this Moonchild Tarot deck really quick. Okay. Yeah, there's a Knight of Wands. Something is not going to move forward. At least not the way that somebody thinks it's going to. It's a really big mistake to judge a book by its cover. Once you've read several chapters, at least 2 chapters in, you can probably start to see the real deal. It's like a relationship. After 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, you see different sides of who somebody may or may not be. Compromise is here with the Moonchild in reverse. Yeah, I'm telling you, this Queen of Pentacles, she's not going to compromise about the Moonchild. You don't see it as a baby? You don't see it as a baby. Get the fuck out. It's not for you to put your hands on. It's not for you to handle. I said get out. You've already caused damage. No more damage necessary in order for this business to get cut the fuck off. We can just cut it whenever you're ready. Scorpio, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of something. You are not going forward with this business. This is monkey business as far as you're concerned. This is a business that has no space to be. I mean, literally, this is the Seven of Swords. So if you think you're smug without the business, just wait till the Queen of Pentacles gets there. There's something about this Queen of Pentacles energy. You could be dealing with an earth sign. Somebody is not playing with you, or you're not playing with somebody. Or you're not playing with somebody. This is not a joke. Yeah, there's imagination coming right out. I'm getting that you could not even begin to imagine. Not even the tip of the iceberg. When it comes to this Queen of Pentacles, her imagination has no limit. So you better wish and pray that you've made a positive impression on her today. She doesn't have a delay. She's not saying hello in any language. Aloha, otherwise. This is something of a cause. It's cause for change. Cause for revolution. It might even be a cause for concern, depending on what kind of serious issues you've been looking at lately. Okay? Yeah. Let me get this serotonin. These are the happiness chemicals. We're going to look at what's going on. Yeah. This is the title card in the reverse. Scorpio, you can be let's say this is a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus individual. You can be reclusive. What you can't necessarily do is keep yourself grounded while reclusive. You don't compromise a whole lot. You haven't historically placed your title on the table for other people to see. I feel like at this point, someone's trying to make you show your cards. You're not going to do it. What you can and are going to do is pull the worm out the hole. Like you work at Red Robin, screw IHOP. The early bird gets the worm. I got this really cool sweater. Saying the early bird gets the worm kind of reminded me of this. The little owl. It's almost like you have a bird's eye perspective on something. You're not very impressed by it. You don't even want to eat the worms. The worms are now fairly unappetizing. It's just, yeah. It's like, why would you treat yourself with something nasty? Think of the food that you don't like to eat. Do you want to go eat it? No. Is it your job? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a Serena and Venus Williams type thing. We can go back and forth. We can go in and out. We can go forward, back, like diagonal and blah, 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 blah. There's the title card in the upright. You saying to somebody or something, F you 100%, that's going to free you. Look at this. Look at this. Here's a title card in the reverse with compromise and the moon child in reverse. You're not going to compromise. Don't freaking touch my children. People's money, their honey, and their children are something not to fuck with. Over here on the opposite end, on the third position, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, imagination, and the title card all in the upright. Whatever you think you've been imagining, Scorpio, you're not imagining it. It's really happening. This is a pinch yourself moment where you're going to have to figure out for your own self, using all your own information, all your own demographics, all your own life experience, how you're going to proceed. Let's see what we get for the middle position here. Gratitude. It's the only emotion that you should be feeling at all times, straight down the middle. That's how you stay focused. Be grateful for the things that you do have, and cognizant, aware, conscious of those things that continuously try to tamper with you constantly. I'm hearing Enya, memory of trees. Some people, places, and things that other people consider nature versus nurture. This thing takes both. You can't just plant a seed and then leave it alone unless it's out in the middle of nowhere, where it can be rained on, shined on, all of that. But if you grow it inside the house, it's a responsibility. You water, sun, and absolutely prune that thing. And if you don't, it dies. Which means your ownership of it also dies simultaneously. I need to do a reading from the plant ilk. Can I get one for, yeah, but not going forward without breathing? Someone's gonna exhale. Someone has sucked up as much as they can, and they've now got to incubus, succubus. Breathe in, blow out. I feel like there's a difference. One's giver, like the giver versus the taker. Giver versus the taker. Giver versus the taker. This was never yours to take, Scorpio. This is the message coming through with the top and the bottom of the read. This tree, you don't get to move forward with putting your hands on this tree. It's the same thing as saying, no, we're covered from top to bottom, from top to bottom, with all kinds of gratitude. I'm thankful, which makes me powerful, which makes me angry because I'm focused on peace rather than pieces of love. It's hard when you want to mince words, but when you're just straight up and you don't have to mince anything, including the meat and potatoes of the issue, there's really no problem with truth. Truth emerges immediately. You pick up whatever you want. Here's the King of Pentacles, right over here, chilling, watching over the reading, while the Queen of Pentacles, chilling. Nothing's coming out because whatever you put in the wash is going to come out in the rinse. Do you want to repeat it? The only thing you should be repeating is gratitude. Scorpio. And if you did not give gratitude the first time, the second time, or the third time, why are you expecting it now? Just because someone forgives you doesn't mean that they want you back in their energy field. Just because someone is thankful doesn't mean that they're thankful for you being a participant that invited themselves to make any part of somebody's life a mission statement for yourself. That was not part of the truth. What was that a part of? Let me pull the truth out, and it's going to go right here with the Three of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay? What else can I get from this Oracle deck for the middle of the reading, please? What does Scorpio need to know in order to pursue the best interest in themselves? Discipline. If you don't have discipline in being gratuitous, don't go out to eat. And I don't mean leaving a tip. I'm talking about treating your server with kindness. If that's something that you have to like mentally kind of sort out before you even go in a restaurant, How am I going to be nice to this waitress? Don't go. Stay alone. The waitress doesn't want you in her face either. No, that's a guarantee. If you want to make a stereotype and get in the wrong line because you're pretty sure because of someone's skin color or their ability level or their gender that they don't know how to service you correctly, you might want to think twice because you're going to stand in line twice. That's your despair, not mine. You know what's weird about people named China? Okay. I've met several chicks named China along my journey, and they can be broken really easily, typically. How? Self-esteem. Told you can break them super easy, but you have to know how. You have to know where the weak spots are, how to dig your fingernails into them, rip off the scab, and bear down. Scorpio, I don't know what you've done here. You've either gone hunting and been wildly successful, by the way. You just annihilated the competition, if there was any. But I don't think you saw it as competition. I think you saw it as sheer, pure, unobliterated, absolutely ignorant behavior. And you're not even making it up. It's just simply the way you see it. It's your truth. You're not happy about it in a conventional way. It is just happy that you were not off base. You were not off. All this irritation that I have had up to here, I have nothing more to give to you. That energy is so incredible. You will not take a loss because your truth has been spoken. It's been spoken more and more. You shouted it from the rooftops. Okay? Not a lot else that you can do, say, think, feel, whatever. You already risked it. And that risk turned out to be worth every single part. Why am I smiling that the pleasure card number 9 is in reverse? Because somebody has to save the whales. A deep dive. You got to be able to see deeply to save the whales. No, it's not a pleasure. You're going to be using Dawn dishwashing soap to scrub off feather by feather every piece of goose down they think they have. You will die if I don't wash you off, little bird. Is literally number 3, community, in reverse. You will die if I don't wash you off. Somebody has to save the whales. And God bless your heart, Scorpio. I think you might be trying to do just that with this title card here and a title card here and the thanking you. This is what this looks like. It's a very clear number 3 wow signal from the community saying there's not been a lot of thankfulness for the fact that this exists. And Scorpio, I think you're saying, yeah, you know what? I don't have to be here. I don't have to. I can go. I don't have to have love for these whales. I'm not judging them because they're full of blubber. Blubbering in my book is like sobbing, crying, wailing. Okay? I don't have to be here for the blubber. You don't need to vent to me, but I'm here. It's a thankless job. So I'm going to appreciate it. So the third one, I'm going to appreciate the thankless job of saving the whales. But I'm telling you now, I don't have to do it. I don't have to love you. I don't have to care. Oh, this one right here is the only one in the upright. The rest of these are in reverse or, just this way. This is survival. I can survive without loving you. Some people ask dumb questions like, do you know that someday your parents are going to die? Yeah. Do you know someday you're going to die? Was that supposed to scare me? What scares me more is for parents and children to die out of order from each other. And then to have grave diggers taking graveyard justice into their own hands. Then you sound like a bitch. Not my decision, just the way you come across. Like you're full of deceit. I'm done reading the absolute living out of these cards. But I am going to tell you this. Scorpio, the nose knows. And I think you know something. And I don't know that you're like really being all that boisterous about it. But I think you've spoken on it a few times at this point. If this is energy coming towards you, watch your back. Watch your back. Because they're going to try to put 7 more swords in it. In it, mate. Okay? If this is not you, if this is you doing this to somebody else, kindly fuck off. Out of all the signs, I can say that's Scorpio, because y'all are the most dark sense of humor. It is not tomato in this case. It's an orange. A blood orange. I don't know why I want to say Brian saw it. Bloody everybody did. Bloody hell. There will be no fortuitous outcome. for people, places, and things that find it amusing to continue the shenanigans. I don't like Shannon and I don't hate Shannon. I simply feel indifferent. Indifference is the opposite of love. I'm indifferent to the shenanigans. There's communication. It's just not going toward the people that want it. Feel as entitled as you want to. This title card from Georgia, gonna need a lot of Genesis if you can't imagine creating that for yourself.